One of the most recognizable G-Shock watches out there, seen in the early 2000s in the major motion pictures, and one of the best sequels out there, MI-2 DW6900-1v.
As always, should you or any of your IM force be caught or killed, the Secretary will disavow any knowledge of your actions.
Tom was no stranger to Casio Digital in his spy world, wearing the DW290 in the original Mission Impossible, which has been reviewed on the channel. Link will be below. Now, it's been done over and over in all kinds of ways. Different colors, different designs, special editions, limited editions. John Mayer has a design. Ed Sheeran has his design for Subtract, which I reviewed also on the channel. It's down there. Not to mention the Ninja Special Edition. It's also been done on the channel down below. But the mold is all the same, even with all those fancy colors and special edition designs. I guess if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Casio G-Shock has been sold all over the planet. I don't actually have the stats as far as how many, but I'm guessing a lot. It's an older design, this G-Shock. Super successful, probably because they've grown. Literally, the watch has gotten larger and larger over the years. A lot of the newer ones coming in around 50 millimeters, especially the Master of G collection. But we're looking old school here. This could be too large for some wrists, but the DW6900 has some tradition here, especially with its size. While across the resin it may be 49 millimeters, but it actually wears like a 44, 45 millimeter watch in its current form. And that can reach a broader audience. Now, enough about pop culture and stuff. The best part about the design is the G-Shock toughness, and it's recognized around the world. Tough as nails, stands the test of time, and still gets packaged in the old school cardboard box design, rather than those metal tins that some of the newer ones are coming in nowadays. Now, the DW6900 can be worn by anyone. I mean, really, at this price point, it's got ruggedness, it's got function, could be considered a must if you're going to throw this design on the wrist. I consider it timeless, even if it has 4 different colors of text on the dial. That's one of the things that makes it special. Red, yellow, white, and blue. I mean, not a lot of watches have that and can pull it off, but G-Shock can. Now, we know not everyone is a G-Shock lover. Some people just don't like it. They're too big, they're too thick, they're too out there. But that's okay, to each his or her own. One thing for sure, they're not going away, and they're being packed full of features now. More and more each day. Unfortunately, all that tech comes with a hefty price tag. What used to be $50 to $150 for a G-Shock is now $100 to thousands of dollars, believe it or not. Over the years, I've had and I have G-Shocks in the collection. Where were you in 2000 when Ethan Hunt was saving the world from a crisis? I can tell you where I was, working in covert operations. But it wasn't the DW6900 that was on the wrist at the time. I was actually in a Tag Heuer chronograph. Unless I was actually undercover and I didn't want to come across as, some snobby person wearing a Tag Heuer. I had to, kind of fit in with the elements. So a G-Shock was a great tool watch back then. And if not a G-Shock, maybe nothing at all. An ultimate tough watch for anyone. People on the go, military, law enforcement, first responders, could all benefit from a G-Shock on the wrist. And this one here, with a little nostalgia, it's great. This one could very well look after your needs. Now, it's not going to be a heart stopper, but if you like the history, if you like the design, you like how she looks on the wrist, I mean, I'm pretty sure she stands the test of time. This one could be for you, the DW6900 G-Shock digital watch. Let's look at the specs here, which are, for the most part, the same for the DW6900 design. Who are we kidding? The only difference is the paint, the colors. White gloves, bird's eye view. Okay, maybe no white gloves required for this one, because it's pretty tough. We have a 44.6 millimeter case, 49 millimeters across, and 46 for the diagonal. Now, the 26 millimeter lug has that integrated lug design, with a 50 millimeter lug to lug. And the thickness is coming in at 16.2 from the bottom of the case to the top of that resin. The weight overall, though, smashing. 62 grams. Now that's fantastic. Water resistance of 200 meters with a screw down steel case back plate with information etched into the back of it, and an acrylic crystal recessed under the resin to protect it from the display. All protected by shock and water resistance. Now, full digital display under the acrylic crystal with animating running seconds dials on top, and a larger display for the main home display which is a positive display for this one, which we like. Visibility is key. Displaying the time and 12 and 24-hour formats are available here with day, date, and running seconds. To toggle between the 12-hour and the 24-hour format, simply hit the adjust button and the big G light button to make the change. Casio GSHOCK DW6900-1, an icon, a collectible. I wouldn't be surprised if Tom Cruise has the original at home in his safe. Tom, let me know if you do, and I'd love the opportunity to sit down with you and review that baby. 25 years later in the flesh. If you can reach me through my email, TheCovertCrow@gmail.com, that'd be fantastic. Or on Instagram. Now, of course, the movies had to block out the product labels for the watch while it was on display in the major motion picture, but you all know that it was the DW6900 that he was using in that particular movie. 5-button functionality with a white electroluminescent light. Yay, I like that. Anything, if it's white or light or blue, no problem. It's the vintage orange that sometimes I'm not a big fan of, but you know what? It's all good. And it has its own dedicated button, which is great. Right below the display at the 6 o'clock position. You can't miss it. Marked with a big G. The feature set includes 12 24-hour time, alarms, countdown timers, stopwatch with 1/100th of a second monitoring, chime, signal, you name it. Pretty straightforward. Sold all over the world, I bet. But just in case it's not where you are, you could also grab this thing on Amazon. I'm going to try to put that link down there so that you can have a look at where you can pick it up on Amazon. You too might just be able to get this thing in 24 to 48 hours. Prime, baby. Some navigation. Let's look around the module 3529, which is running the show here. Adjust on the top left, mode in the bottom left, split, reset, top right, start, stop, bottom right. As most of you know, with a lot of G-Shocks, it all starts with the mode button. Bottom left, you got to scroll through and navigate through and find what function you're looking to use at a particular time, or what piece of information that you need. Top left, adjust, helps you make the accurate settings of the function that you're trying to set, like setting time, timer, durations, things like that. Now the resin extends all around the watch, from the case to the strap as well. And it's wide at the lug connection and then tapers down to 18.5 millimeters at the pin and buckle closure. And yeah, some may be scared of the overall size, but at 62 grams, it's coming in much lighter than a lot of your steel and metal design watches out there. On Amazon right now, November 13th, $93 Canadian. You too could own this super functional, rugged piece of nostalgia from the millennium. The DW6900-1v. This is your mission, should you choose to accept it. I can provide the link below so you can go to grab it at Amazon. This is not a paid review. My opinion's my own. Thanks very much for coming to the channel. Thanks for sticking around. Don't forget, we're approaching 5,000 subscribers. There's a watch trio giveaway currently in the works. We're on our way to 5K. Check out that video. I think I'll put the link up here for you. It's 3 beauties. A watch trio giveaway. All you have to do is like, subscribe, and comment in that video. And you too can have a chance to win 3 great watches. Thank you. Like, subscribe, smash the bell. The algorithm will listen to you. Make sure notifications are on. You'll get alerted when the next video drops. That's my time for today. Casio G-Shock. Another one in the books. See you on the next one.
This message will self-destruct in 5 seconds.